One of the things, when you did a poll, Bloomberg Politics poll, asked people what most troubles them about Trump at various incidents. His mockery of Serge Kowalski was the top of the poll. You wrote in the book, it's true that Trump was not mimicking any mannerisms that Serge has. He doesn't jerk around or flail his arms. He's not retarded. He sits calmly, but if you look at his wrists, you'll see they're curved in. That's not the imitation Trump was doing. He was doing a standard retard. So my question is, are you suggesting that he was impersonating not Serge Kowalski, but what you regard as a standard disabled person? And if so, is that okay? And why this language?
There's a famous line from, what is it, Tropic Thunder, that's a whole little speech on, what's his name, Robert Downey Jr. advising one of the actors, you don't want to go full retard, you want to do half retard or something. Okay, you don't like the word, oh well. But the point remains, and moreover...
Just to be clear, I'm not sure it's me who doesn't like the word. I think it's a vast swath of American society who thinks...
You know what? I was called a lot of words this weekend, and I didn't mind. So I think we all need to develop a little thicker skin. But the point is, and I'm glad you got back to this, because something I didn't know when I wrote the book, and I'm writing about it in tonight's column, it is absolutely an outrageous, despicable, deliberate lie that the media has told about Donald Trump mocking a disabled person. He would not do that. He said he would not do that. And the proof positive of this is that in the exact same speech, he did the exact same imitation of a general. Right. And the media knew that, and they will not show us that clip. He has done the exact same imitation, flailing his arms, of Ted Cruz. This is how Donald Trump does an imitation of a flustered, cowardly person or frightened person. And moreover, when someone posted those videos on the Washington Post website, in a perfectly respectful comment, the Washington Post instantly took it down because they don't want people to see maybe Trump isn't a good sketch actor, but he was not mocking a disabled man. That is a media lie.
Instead, what he was mocking was apparently, in your words, a standard retard.
That isn't standing. That's an acting. Famous acting trope of pretending to be a retard. You may not like my words. That's not the words Trump used. He was flailing his arms. He did it for a general. The general is not disabled. Ted Cruz is not disabled. Right. That is a media lie. Whether you like my words or not, that is, I don't lie. And that is a media lie.
For the record, don't like that word.
Ann Coulter, always brave, never flustered. Again.